Scott, in a classic case of him, Joe, has the shaky-ish start, works around it, and then is nails. And you see this command, throwing strikes, the strikeout ability, the high compete level. I mean, he gives them almost 7 innings. At the end of the day, I don't expect Christian Scott to be that kind of performance every time out. But Joe, this guy has all the makings in terms of the command and the stuff and the compete level of hopefully a future number 2 or number 3 starter in this rotation for a long time.
I'll tell you what, Connor, he expects to do that every time out.
Right.
He is a confident young man out there, and watching him make his debut, it's just such a culmination of this whole development process that he went through. I mean, you go back to University of Florida, he was a sinker slider reliever
It's
that
crazy.
pitched in like the middle innings. He wasn't their closer. He wasn't their setup man. He was almost like a middle reliever. And the Mets saw something with him, and they completely converted kind of his repertoire. And he's someone that just was so willing to work with this player development team and with obviously the analytics team to figure out all this stuff. And you and I spoke to him in Port St. Lucie a little bit, and you could tell he really just gets like the little details of pitching. And what stood out was he throws strikes. We've talked about that a lot. He pounds the strike zone, and at times, which you saw a little bit in the first inning, sometimes he needs to throw slightly better strikes, and that's, when you're throwing strikes, they're going to swing. And if they're not good strikes, they're going to get hit. But he got his feet under him. I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of adrenaline and everything going through his veins, making his major league debut. But the biggest thing, and credit to Adam Wainwright, who I thought was fantastic on that broadcast analyzing
Phenomenal, man. Phenomenal.
his, his Christian Scott's ability to throw strikes is what gets you to get guys to chase pitches off the zone. So he's throwing his sweeper and his gyro slider for strikes, throwing his fastball for strikes. That gets those crazy swing and misses. Like, I forget which batter it was with Tampa that swung at a sweeper that was like halfway in the left-handed batter's box, like nowhere even close to the plane, just waved at it. It's because he throws all of his pitches for strikes. It allows you to stretch the zone. If you don't throw strikes, guys are much less likely to chase. So, I mean, I'm just going to say it. Christian Scott is the goods, and I think he's just gotten better and better. And at this point, I've always called him like a mid-rotation starter. I'm not saying what he can be, but I'm done putting a cap on Christian Scott because I think, obviously he could get rocked in his next outing. We'll have a different discussion, but I think everything about him, makeup-wise, stuff-wise, command-wise, I think the sky is the limit for what he can be.